Good morning and welcome to the first Monday in the year 2025. Today is January 6, 2025. My name is Winifred Ubebo, your host on the program Inside Nigeria. Inside Nigeria is a breakfast show where we review and discuss front headline stories and topic issues in Nigeria and even beyond. On today's program, we are going to be looking at some select newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership, and its sister publication, a weekly business newspaper, National Economy. Let's go with Leadership newspaper. Leadership's headline story says Cybercrime Act judges need training in technology to check abuses. Stakeholders. NJC lawyers disagree on training module. There's always budget for training coming in from council. Let's see what the story is saying as we move to page 4 of the paper to get snippets. The ongoing implementation of the Cybercrime Act 2024 may face hurdles if the judges are not adequately trained. According to some judicial workers, training is necessary due to technological advancements and the delicate provisions of the Act. Even though the National Judicial Council, NJC, and some lawyers have disagreed over how and why judges should be trained, it was gathered that the law provides a practical and unified legal, regulatory, and institutional framework for the prohibition, prevention, detection, prosecution, and punishment, with the training of judges now becoming inevitable. Paragraphs from the main headline story today on Leadership newspaper: Cybercrime Act. Judges need training in technology to check abuses, coming from stakeholders. NJC lawyers disagree on training module, and council says there is always budget for training. We move on ahead to other papers, other stories gracing the cover of Leadership this Monday. 4 dead, many injured in Delta tanker explosion. Najima laments economic hardship on private sector. Terrorists scare farmers from harvest in Niger. INEC denies plan to destroy 6 million uncollected PVCs. Of course, we have the picture of President Bola Tinubu and Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mbah discussing during the President's state visit and commissioning of multiple projects executed by the Mbah administration in Enugu at the weekend. We move towards the masthead of Leadership. CBN facilitates refund of 7.05 billion naira, 714 $569.03 to bank customers. That's the story on the business buzz of Leadership. The Central Bank of Nigeria has made several money deposit banks in Nigeria refund $7.05 billion and $714 million extra to bank customers within 8 months, disputing the financial service providers Leadership lent. The 8th-month recovery is part of the billions of naira illegally deducted or withheld by the banks under controversial circumstances that negate the ethics of banking services. Leadership reports that there is a growing concern about unauthorized or fraudulent deductions by commercial banks in Nigeria, which many accuse of dipping their hands into customers' accounts with impunity. That's a good one coming from CBN. This over the weekend. CBN facilitates refund of 7.05 billion naira, 714,569,000.03 to bank customers. That takes us to the stories above the masthead of Leadership. El-Rufai says, I did not defect to PDP or any other party. Bandits kill Miyetti Allah chairman in Katsina. With that, we move to the page 3, where we have our stand. Today's stand is on telecom tariff hike. This is a question our stand today is carrying. Telecom tariff hike. Of course, there has been insinuations that the telcos are gearing up to increase their tariff this new year, 2025. From our stand, we move on to the back page where we have Monday column with the Kuku side. Today's column is on positive signals for healthcare. Positive signals for healthcare. In quote, healthcare advancements can serve as a unifying factor, bridging inequality and reinforcing trust in governance. Quotes from today's column. positive signals for healthcare. And with that, we conclude review of Leadership newspaper this Monday, January 6, 2025. For more, log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. Next paper we have on our lineup today is The Guardian. The Guardian says fresh agitation trace states for execution of new minimum wage. Fresh agitation trace states for execution of new minimum wage. Peter Obi decries intimidation, insists on fighting for better Nigeria. INEC denies plan to destroy 6 million unclaimed PVCs. Terrorist kill Miyetti Allah chairman, 3 others in Katsina. Insurgency, insecurity to end in 2025, the Chief of Defense Staff tells personnel. Discos pay 137 billion naira to TCN amid persistent grid collapses. 4 fear dead, property destroyed as petrol tanker explodes in Delta. That takes us to the one above the masthead of The Guardian. That is the outcomes of President Bola Tinubu's state visit to Enugu State over the weekend. Tinubu hails Mba for repositioning Enugu for economic growth, commissions multiple projects. That concludes the review of front headline stories on The Guardian. For more, log on to the website of the paper. As we move to the next paper, Vanguard. Vanguard's main headline story says 2025 Organized Private Sector Charts Economic Growth Plan. 2025 Organized Private Sector Charts Economic Growth Plan. Nachiman Man LCCI makes recommendations as businesses brace for more challenges amid hope for brighter year ahead. Nachiman seeks urgent reforms to address private sector challenges, says 2024 performance unsatisfactory. Major changes needed to stimulate growth coming from Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN. 2024 most challenging year for MSMEs, ABSBON. Private-public sectors collaboration imperative, SCCI, as federal government pledges impactful 2025. These are kickers to the headline story on Vanguard today, January 6, 2025. Organized private sector charge economic growth path. Other stories, vexed doctors raise concern over dog attack death. PDP will produce more governors in 2027, coming from National Working Committee, NWC. Tinubu Mba doing everything possible to provide security, attract investors to Enugu. Drug shipment, NDLEA names wanted kickpin, Nollywood filmmaker. The story runs on page 6 of Vanguard. Drug shipment, NDLEA names wanted kingpin, Nollywood filmmaker. Buhari finally says we haven't reached 90% completion. No plans to destroy 6 million PVC, says INEC. We move over to sports. Eyimba 4, Black Bulls 1, CAF CC. Ideye Atule lead Black Bulls rout. Above the masthead of Vanguard, bandits kill Katsina Miyetti Allah leader, 3 others. Address food insecurity, economic hardship now, Southern Monarchs tell federal government. 4 deaths, cause injured, 2 banks raised as petrol tanker explodes at Agbo. Mubarak and transact business with 3 lawmakers, court rules. The story is on page 12 of Vanguard. And that also concludes the review of front headline stories on Vanguard this Monday. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard newspaper, www.vanguardngr.com. From Vanguard, we move to the next paper we have on our lineup, and that is The Punch. The Punch says new virus, federal government tightens monitoring to quarantine China passengers. Experts demand proactive steps as new virus surges in China ravages children. New virus, federal government tightens monitoring to quarantine China passengers. Experts demand proactive steps as new virus surges in China ravages children. Bandits kill Miyetti Allah leader months after abducting predecessor. Ododo vows justice for slain farmers. The story is on page 8 of The Punch. Communities demand action as Lakurawa teams up with bandits. Family solicits funds to bury Nigerian students in UK. Yuletide holidays, Lagos, Kano, Delta, other schools resume today. That takes us to the story just beside the masthead of the Punch. From Peter Obi says Labour Party can win 2027 poll without merger. No, sorry, it's coming from the party. He says it can win 2027 poll without merger. Though we have the picture of Peter Obi there beside the story. Is on that note, we conclude review of front headline stories on the Punch newspaper this Monday. Don't forget to log on to the website of the Punch for continuation of the story. From the Punch, we move over to the next paper we have on our menu, and that is our sister publication, the National Economy. Main headline story today on the National Economy says agriculture, IT, renewable energy, orders to shape Nigeria in 2025. Agriculture, IT, renewable energy, orders to shape Nigeria in 2025. And of course, leadership is still doing countdown to its awards. It says Governor Adeleke orders get leadership awards. Still on national economy, economic goals that failed to deliver in 2024. National Economic chronicles the economic goals that failed to deliver in 2024. Don't forget to log on to the website of National Economy for continuation of these headline stories. Coming back, we have the last paper on our menu, and that is Daily Sun. Daily Sun says oil marketers seek 100 billion naira bailout from federal government. Say fund will prevent closure of 10,000 businesses. I'll take that again. Oil marketers seek 100 billion naira bailout from federal government. Say fund will prevent closure of 10,000 businesses. Serap demands probe of missing 825 billion naira, $2.5 billion for refinery repairs orders. Government Kimieti Allah chairman to orders in Katsina. Police kill 2 kidnappers in Imo. Rescue 4 hostages. Arrest 17 for murder in Ebonyi. Ribadu Adeboye Nature listed among 100 most reputable Africans. Nigerian Naiodas win 10,000 cash prize each in Pastor Oyakhilome Foundation Award. Mba, we need more private sector persons in government. Tinubu hails Enugu governor for vision, good governance. Saudi Arabia, 3 Nigerians discharged, acquitted over drug trafficking. That takes us gradually to the masthead of Daily Sun, where we have just beneath it, Nigeria imports 31.8 million liters of petrol daily to bridge local refining shortfall. And beside the masthead of Daily Sun, 2025, federal government will spend 4 billion naira on presidential helipad jetty in Lagos. Budgets 175.84 billion naira for workers' life assurance, Lagos Way. And with that, we conclude today's review on front stories on Daily Sun this Monday. Don't forget to join the website or log into the website of Daily Sun for continuation of these headline stories, www.thesun.ng. It's also on that note we bring to an end today's program Inside Nigeria, which was brought to you on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo. Don't forget to join us same time, same station for another fresh edition of the program. And meanwhile, join us still for the news on air on this station. Thanks for joining us.
Get ready for the Leadership Awards and Conference 2024. Join us as we celebrate excellence across various fields, honoring those who've made remarkable impacts. Award categories include Person of the Year, Quinquennial Award for Governance and Infrastructure, Governors of the Year, Business Person of the Year, and many more. Stay updated by following us on social media and visiting our website, leadership.ng. For sponsorship and inquiries, contact us today. Leadership Award and Conference 2024, celebrating excellence, inspiring the future.
For watching, for sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.